Another good DM I got was from last night, and it was from Mady, who left the show. So I finally heard from her.
What'd she say?
Let's pull out the DM. They gave me Smith as my last name. So she goes, Andy Smith, it's me. I'm not sure if you've seen tonight's episode, but I voluntarily chose to leave the villa.
Yay.
Can I grab you for a chat?
Would you fancy chatting with me?
Oh, you've quite fit. Eh?
Oh, you're quite fit. That was pretty good.
That was pretty good. My accent was kind of strong today.
Oh my God, I got a text. I can't say it.
Would you be that guy? Would you be that guy in the show?
If you get a text, you have to scream it. You do it. Let me hear how you go.
I don't want to yell.
Try it.
I got a text.
See, it's hard. I can't get up. I can't get up to that. No,
like,
one more time. Try it again.
I got a text. I'm trying to be really light and cute. I got a text.
This would be me on the show. Like, I would just try to be like that. I got a text from him. I got a text, yo.
Me on the show, I'd be sitting like this on the couch and then I'd be like,
I gotta suck in.
Oh, the camera's right there. Oh my, it's a lovely day to be. I just woke up. I have all my makeup done. Like, no way.
I just rolled out of bed.
They do their own makeup, so I've heard.
Their makeup's bomb.
I mean, I'm like,
yeah. By the way, we're talking about Love Island. If you're like, what are they talking about? Love Island reality TV show. We do love the UK version. That's why we're having the little accent at the beginning.
I watched the entire season of it, which is like,
season?
Like 100 episodes. I don't know. When I had COVID, I literally
I
watched
binge
like 15 episodes a day, probably.
You can binge watch that.
Oh yeah, I totally did. I was invested. I wanted to know everything
about their life. So that's a little hint for the guest today, also in the title. But first, we're gonna get into our good old straight candid moments.
Straight candid moments
with Sid and Soph.
You're good at that.
Okay, so if you don't know what a straight candid moment is, if you're just joining us, hello, welcome. This is Candid Sid and Candid Soph.
I feel like we should welcome in our new listeners, by the way. Hi, how are ya?
Hey, everyone.
This is Sid. If you hear a little man, that's Sid. And then if you hear a little rat, that's Soph. So that should help you with the episode.
I was going to say if you hear another man, it's Soph. But apparently I'm a rat.
I like to call you Ratty Tat. I call you Little Tutor. I call you Little Tutor Girl. I kind of sounded like Aaron O'Pree right there. I feel like I was like, I call you a little tutor.
I call you a little tutor.
Oh, okay.
I call you a little sharter.
Watch your words.
And if you hear a little
Benifer in the background, that is Ben.
A little boy. A little
what the
chuckle.
hell? He's like, are you kidding me?
If you hear a little
very rude.
If you hear a little Sarby snicker.
There you go. That's his Sarby little snicker over there. So anyway, straight candid moments are basically a moment that makes you more human, whether it be funny, whether it be embarrassing, whether it be just straight up real, like something to do with a bad day or a good day. It could be anything, but it makes you more human. It makes you back grounded. So
just trying
that's a straight candid moment.
Love that. Just trying to debunk all it's like the opposite of what social media is. Like, ooh, look at us versus this shit actually just happened.
Like this is the worst day LOL ever. Can I say something before we do that really quick?
Yeah.
And this is going to be extremely fast. We had an episode 2 ago about fitness. And I just want to reiterate the fact that Soph and I are in fitness, and just the fact that we are doing it based off of what we know. There's nothing like that we're telling you to do or don't do. And I'd like to say that I still do HIIT. Like you can still do HIIT, you can still do yoga, you can still mix in your Pilates. It's just about having a good mix. That's all I wanted to say. I feel like we reiterated that a few times, but people still had questions. So there you have it.
There you have it. We're not always right, but like I was right. So,
but like just like follow along or something. Like seriously. Anyway, straight candid moments. Do you have one, or you want me to go?
You want me to go? You want me to go?
I don't know.
I'll go.
Okay.
So it was a great weekend. We are recording a little bit later because I was with family this past weekend, which was really nice. Sid was like, you kind of prompted me actually. And I was like, I'm gonna go visit my grandma. Mm-hmm. I just want to like spend some time with some family. And then my whole family was actually in town on Monday. My sister was here with her new boyfriend. My brother was here, my mom and dad. So we all went out to dinner. My sister wanted to meet my boyfriend. I wanted to meet her boyfriend. So it was kind of like this big shebang.
That is big.
So my parents are like, let's go to Cove in Wayzata. It's like this fancy little outdoor restaurant. Pretty fancy. Like I like it.
It's fancy, I would say.
Yeah. And they're also celebrating my parents' anniversary and also my birthday. Okay. So it was kind of like a delayed birthday celebration and a delayed anniversary celebration all in one. So we got there. I get there a little early, me and Pat do, because we wanted to grab a table. And I'm like, this is like I'm going to order a couple drinks because I was like, it's not on my, it's not,
it's not on my card.
I'm not paying for it. I'm going to order a little drink. So I get a pre-drink and I chug it before the family gets there. So it's like already, gone. Okay.
So you're
drink
okay.
it.
Down, gone. See you later. What did you get?
I got the first one was an Aperol spritz, and
Okay.
the second one was
they're
that
good
cucumber,
the
cucumber
refresher.
drink, fresher. Oh, so
Yeah.
good. And I'm a little tipsy. I'm ordering some apps. I'm like, we'll take this, we'll take that. I get a good meal. I get some sushi, and I'm like, wow, this was a great day, great dinner. And then all of a sudden, my sister, and my brother are sitting at the end of the table, and my sister goes, I think we should split the check for mom and dad's anniversary. And I'm like,
Oh, stop. Don't do that with your
I was
mouth. You
like,
look like a little
my
scary
eyes-
Joker.
I was like, my eyes just got really wide, and I was like smiling with a wide,
Oh my God.
wide eyes, and I was like, yeah, that's a great idea.
I know what you remind me of now. A ventriloquist.
Oh,
Like the little boy that they like talk for their like person. You look like that.
great.
When you do that with your mouth.
Great.
Great. Good.
Thanks.
Okay, wait. So can I ask how bad the bill was?
I mean, yeah, it was like 400
Oh,
something.
Jesus criminy. What
Yeah.
are you doing?
We had 7 people.
Oh, okay. Fair. Okay.
And but I was
Jeez.
like, yeah, but then Pat was tapping my knee like, you got this. I was like, yeah, let's split it. But
Pat
we
with the
actually
good influence.
we kind of just talked about this in like relationships or going out to dinner with friends, like how it's kind of like this unspoken. I'm like, this should be discussed before we go to dinner, or else like
Yeah.
I probably would have been like, okay, let's have a cute little pizza night.
Yeah.
Let's not go to Cove and Wyzetta.
No, I know that is totally fair. Also, though, if you think about it, you're like, okay, one, and then I just got to cut back for a few
Yeah.
meals. Like if it's for your parents
I was
too, and
like-
like, yeah, you were like, okay, I'll suck it up, whatever.
And I was like, it's my birthday though.
It's my birthday.
But okay. And then my brother also stares at me across the table and he goes, you need to pluck your eyebrows. And I was like,
wait, your brother said that?
yeah. And I was like, I kind of like the messy look. And he goes, yeah, the messy look is cute, like with it brushed up. Like I like that Addison Rae look, but you literally have eyebrows on your eyelids. And I was like, okay.
That's so savage.
So I go home and I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my God, I do. Look it.
I'm looking at him already.
Do you see it?
Yes.
It's bad.
You do. Can I get
So-
them? Can I get them?
So I was planning.
Oh, I would love to get
I was
those.
planning to pluck them before this podcast. And look it.
Did you forget?
I didn't. Well, what do you think?
I'm not gonna lie. You've got quite a bit of hair on your eyelid. I literally can't. I'm not gonna lie. Can I be real? I actually did notice it a little bit earlier.
Oh my God. I thought it was cute, you guys. I thought
It
was
is
like,
cute.
I thought it was getting like a little messy.
Oh my God, I feel bad that I admitted that. I'm sorry. I love you
It's
so
okay.
much. Oh
But-
my God.
But yeah, well, you can want to go grab some
I will.
tweezers.
I will after
How
this. I'm
close?
serious.
Okay.
Oh, they're upstairs.
Maybe when we get our guest on, we can the first like couple minutes we can pluck.
we
while
can just
he's
keep
talking.
plucking. Yeah, while
Okay.
he tells his story.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
So my brother's keeping me in check because apparently that's the only person that's telling me the truth.
Brother keeps you in
Sid?
check. Sorry, I was gonna tell you, but I was waiting
Sid
for
has
the
like,
right moment.
Sid has like the best eyebrows ever. So
Whatever. I'm not gonna lie. I have a eyebrow lady named
Miranda.
Miranda Simmons,
why
and
do I
she's
know
amazing.
that? I know everything about you.
You literally know everything about me, and I know everything about you. So, including your eyebrow hair.
Okay, straight in a moment.
Sorry. Okay, so you had a brother and you had your parents. I love
You had a
that.
brother.
You had a brother one time and you had your parents. Okay, got
Okay,
it.
so you have a brother.
So we were gonna have this really like serious meeting. Like we try to be serious on meetings, you guys, but like it doesn't work. Like for the podcast, and we're like, okay, we're getting on Zoom. We're a little bit early. We set up this Zoom meeting. We're on the podcast. We're waiting there, and the person is not on time. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So we're talking, whatever. And I'm telling a story.
It's me, Ben,
Yep.
and you. Yep.
It's Sophie, me, and Ben sitting on there. We're waiting for the guest to come on, and I was like, yeah, whatever, blah blah blah. And then I was like, blah blah blah, wiener. And I look and the guest is on. Like the person that we're literally like trying to pitch to is sitting in the meeting. Like I said wiener right into the microphone.
The first word.
That was the first word.
The person heard was wiener.
I'm like, yeah, wiener. And I'm like, oh my God.
No,
exactly.
we literally go, hi.
Hi. I go, oh, hi. How are you? Me trying to like, I was
No, I'm
so
pretty
in the
sure
mood of like, you're on work brain.
You addressed
got
it.
this. I did. I
yeah.
tried to cover it up, but I blacked
You're
out
like,
a little
yes, we just said wiener.
bit. I'm like, anyway, so it ended up going okay, but let's just say this person did not laugh on any of the calls. So I was like, okay, this is awkward.
Oh, too good.
I'm like, sorry for my wiener comment, by the way. Okay, hope to hear back. Bye. I also have a little funny thing. My dad has been frequenting. Yeah, there it is, Sid. You got it. Frequenting Maynard's more than anybody I ever known. And I'm not kidding you. Literally the other day, he FaceTimes me at Maynard's, okay? Maynard's is right down by my house, kind of, sort of. I don't want to like exclude where I live. Wow, I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, if you want to find me, there you go. And he's at Maynard's and he's like, Sid, you got to get down here. He's FaceTiming me. And I'm like, oh, okay, Dad, fun. Super fun that you're with your dads there. That's so hilarious. All his dad friends. And he turns the phone and is like a bunch of like young, like, people like our age, like right around our age. And I'm like, oh, hey. And they're all like, hey, like waving like they're buddies with my dad. It was weird. And I was like, okay, Dad, well, I'm going to go. And he goes, I'm drinking this blue drink.
Purple drink.
Sorry, purple drink. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Marty.
Geez. He's like, I'm drinking this blue drink with everybody. And I go, blue drink? What are you talking about? He goes, what is it called again? Turns over to this girl and she's like, I don't mean to be like, she's just got big boobs. Like she's just like very voluptuous. She goes, it's an adios motherfucker. And I was literally like, and my dad goes, yeah, it's an adios motherfucker. Bye, Sid. I'm like, what the oh my God.
Let's party with Marty.
Party with Marty.
What are we doing?
Don't be tardy for the Marty. Oh,
let's party with Marty.
Don't be party for
hey,
the
Marty.
Anyway,
Marty.
so I just thought that was hilarious because it's just so my dad. And if you know my dad and you're listening right now, you're just probably cackling because that's
and
just
if
him.
you don't know our dad, you do now. And we're all partying with
if
Marty.
you don't know my dad, you better fucking know him, dude. Okay, literally scary.
We're
Okay,
on
so
something. We should get on the guest, I think, on here.
I
Do
think
we
it's
just
time.
go?
I'm not going to tell you who it is.
Oh.
So let's just bring him on, shall we?
Bring him on.
Here we go. Andy Voyen in the house. He
Hey.
was just on Love Island, USA, US of A.
US of A. Andy, welcome on.
Feels good.
Yeah, you're back in the Minnesota. How does it feel?
Literally just got
in the
here
Minnesota.
this afternoon. Got back from New York. So
We just talked about this mic situation, Andy.
am I not close enough?
No.
There, now you are.
There
Way
we
up
go.
in there, way
no,
up in
I
there.
just got back this afternoon from New York, which is super exciting. Got a quick stint last week in Minnesota too. Really close.
Oh,
You literally
well, yeah,
gotta,
you
like,
gotta follow.
You really got to eat it.
You
Yeah.
gotta
Okay.
eat the mic.
Okay.
Eat the mic.
Yeah.
Eat the mic.
So I just got back this afternoon from New York.
What were you doing in New York?
yeah.
So I was on the Andy Cohen late night show, which was super cool.
What were you doing on the show?
I was just a bartender on the show.
Oh,
So
cute. The way
Yep.
you were over in this corner. I love that. That's
So
so
I was
fun.
over in the corner with Serenity, who was also on the
yeah.
show, and
Yeah,
they
I
just
saw
kind
your
of asked us
story.
back and forth questions of Love Island, and then it was kind of a cool, surreal seeing Andy Cohen in person. So
was
that
gonna
was
say.
super cool, and then I had a ton of interviews as well.
Was this set really small?
Tiny.
Okay, I've
it's
heard that.
roughly the size of this room,
No
Oh.
way.
and then there's a super small guest. There's like 10 people in the crowd, so it's like super small crowds as well.
Wow.
That's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, but they just fed us drinks every commercial break. So there's probably 3 commercial breaks within 30 minutes. And so they just kept feeding us these drinks. And I think in 30 minutes, I got so hammered.
Well, they want you to be hammered because then you
Yeah.
you'll say a little more. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So
Oh my God. Okay, wait. You know what I think we need to dive into? How the hell do we know Andy? Why would Andy come on Straight Candid Podcast?
Yeah, that's
because
so true.
It's true. Because why the hell would you come on? We know Andy. Andy and I met at Altar, I believe, is probably where we met, right?
roughly
Through all of our Altar crew,
Altar, yep.
a year or a year and a half ago.
I think it was last summer, maybe July last
Yeah.
summer. Yeah.
And then we would just we would work out together, and then we kind of became this little crew that works out at this gym in Minneapolis together. And you know Andy because
Me and Andy know each other from Altar too. And honestly, there was this one time where I was dating someone, he was dating someone, but we would both always flirt with each other at Altar.
I remember this.
Yep.
I remember this.
It was it was definitely a moment.
Good times.
Good times, great times. We were I was
Good
I was
times.
hey Andy, he's like, hey, what's up? But yeah, and we were okay, all of a sudden Andy just disappeared. We're
Oh,
where
yeah.
did Andy go? We haven't been to Altar. What's going on?
I was like, where the hell? I literally had just texted you,
Yep.
and then all of a sudden, nothing, ghost, and I'm like, where
It's
the
not
fuck
like
did this
Andy
boy
I
go?
pretty much fell off the
You
face of
did.
the earth for a good month there. Once June 21st hit, even before that, I knew I had to keep everything very confidential.
Yeah.
And so I fell off the earth there for a little bit. I had a ton of DMs what happened to you? Are you okay? Checking in. I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, I promise you'll find out soon enough. But yeah, it was weird just falling off, not talking to anybody too. So
Someone was doing your social media though, right?
I did have somebody running my socials.
Okay,
That's
yeah, because I'm
awesome.
like, who
Yeah.
the he said, I think I saw something that they posted and I was like, okay, sounds like Andy, but isn't it wasn't quite you because we know you on a personal level. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
Yep.
I was like, wait, I'm like, I don't know if that was him.
yeah. How did the casting process go? So like, did you get a DM? Then did they follow up? Like, tell us about that, because it's so interesting to me that there's someone out there that's just like looking through social medias and is like, this person would be great on Love Island. Like, I'm just curious.
Yeah, it's super interesting because I don't have like a huge social media following either. So it's like, where did they find me? Mm-hmm. And I talked to some of the other Islanders on the show, and they mentioned that they started their process like December of last year. Mine was late April when someone reached out to me, a DM in my Instagram, and just said like, hey, would you be interested? We would love to get you on the show. And so I kind of started the casting process late April, got all my testing, medical. It was a hectic May, I'll tell you that much, to get everything ready to go for June.
I'm sure.
What do you mean medical?
Yeah.
Like STD checks and stuff?
Oh yeah, but for sure, because what if you
bet.
hook up with somebody on the show and then they're like, oh, she gave me blah blah blah.
And I bet like COVID, want to
gave
make
me
sure everyone's
this.
clear that, all that.
Wait,
Wow.
how, like, were you itching when you knew you were going on the show and we all were like, la la la, what are you doing this weekend? And you couldn't
See,
tell
I
us?
didn't, they bring you out saying you're not guaranteed to be on the show.
Oh, so then you
So
kept
they
it.
bring in a lot of potential
I figured they
Islanders,
would.
and they were very adamant with myself of like, hey, you probably are going to take this advantage and like take it, because they were very clear of like, we want you. You're going to be very early on the show. And I don't know if they're doing that with everybody, but they were very clear to me, like, come out. It's going to be well worth it. So, but they bring out probably 50 people all in total. Then some people don't even make it on the show who are there the whole time. So
Oh, that's brutal.
Oh,
That's
wow.
so bad. Well, we know somebody that did that for The Bachelorette.
Yeah.
And they kept him there this entire time. And then they were like, actually, we were going in another direction. See you later. Like, knocked him to the curb.
Well, what is it like coming from the like a Midwest state? I just feel like a lot of those Islanders, it's from like, you know, LA, New York, like just places like that. Was
Jersey.
it different? Did you feel like there's going to be a stigma behind you going on the show from Minnesota?
Yeah, because small town Minnesota.
and that's the weird thing. A lot of the guys actually were Midwesterners. We had
Oh, really?
really?
we had 2 Ohio guys, so Jesse and Tyler from Ohio, and then Isaiah is from South Dakota. He lives in Miami now, lives down in Miami, but he's originally from South Dakota. So actually it was a lot of Midwesterners.
Yeah.
Some of the producers were also Midwesterners. So it actually was like, I would say a lot of the girls probably were LA.
Yeah.
And so they had all those conversations of, oh, I live on this street. We live 2 blocks apart. It's like small world.
Yeah.
But a
you
lot
know
of the
what?
guys were Midwesterners, shockingly.
What the hell? We're the Midwest girls. We're so
Yeah,
fun.
hi.
Listen up. I know I don't have the fake boobs and the fake, lips and all that, but maybe one day.
You guys are taken.
You know what I
Sorry.
mean? Oh yeah, I forgot. I have a boyfriend.
Oh, yeah. We forgot about
Oh
that.
yeah,
part.
wait, that might be why I'm not going on the show.
But wait, did you feel like there was a stigma behind? Like, were you afraid what your friends, family were going to think? Were there any fears going into it?
Yeah,
that's a
of
good
course.
question.
I mean, going on a show like this, you're going to be putting things out there that a lot of people are not comfortable putting out there. And so I knew, family, clients, whoever it may be, they're going to learn things about me that realistically 99% of the population never share about themselves. And I'm
Like
doing
your
this
favorite sex position was one of the first challenges
Oh
that
the
came
very
out.
first night. I was doing doggy
know.
style with Courtney.
I know.
I'm
I
like-
watched it and I was like, oh my god. I'm not gonna lie. Me, I was watching the TV and I'm like, oh Jesus Christ!
I am
because
very-
he's your friend, so you're like, I'm not weirded out by you, but I'm like having this
Well,
secondhand like worry of like, oh
That's
geez.
the thing is like I'm so used to watching it and not caring. Like I'm like, that's funny, but I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope he like
It's
I hope
Andy,
he's
like our buddy.
comfortable.
Like what that? Oh God! I'm like Andy, we here. Oh, we see
And there's
you.
a lot they don't
Love
air
you.
too. So there's other challenges even that night that like they didn't air, some with whipped cream.
Were you
some with-
how? Were you drunk
babe.
at that point?
No.
No.
I mean,
No.
they
No,
don't. They
I was
don't
gonna
give
say
you
they probably
enough.
don't let you get drunk, but
No, they give you max 2 glasses of wine per night.
okay.
So roughly per week, we would roughly have 3 to 4 nights that we would actually go out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And nights consisted of roughly 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. And within that time frame, we maybe would get 1 glass of wine.
Okay.
If we were really nice, we'd get 2 glasses of
Wait,
wine.
really?
Oh,
If they
funny.
were really nice. So
Oh, that's really.
it was hard to
hilarious.
get drunk there, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
I was
I
like,
would've-
come on, gotta savor it.
I would have liked a little tequila, but
Yeah,
Here and there.
fair enough.
You're also not like a huge drinker though. You probably
No.
would have been like,
No.
this 1 glass of wine, I feel a nice buzz.
no,
going.
but being on Love Island, loosening
the
up a
buzz.
little bit would have been,
Yeah.
especially in the beginning when you're starting to get to know everybody. Once you get a little more comfortable, once I was on my second week there, like you get to know everybody on a very personal level. I mean, a day in Love Island feels like a week in real life. So
Oh,
you get
for sure.
you get to know these people and everything about them. You're constantly talking about emotions and how you're feeling. So Everything is sped up within Love Island. It feels like with emotions.
When you walked in and you were wearing no shirt and you know you're on TV for the first time, you're being introduced as Andy from Minnesota and you're like no shirt on, little shorts. Oh yeah. What are you feeling? Because you've got people staring at you. You know what you're about to do. Like what did it feel like? Because it's built up.
Like for the cameras, you remember the cameras being there.
That was the one time I would say I was nervous.
Yeah.
That was the one time on the whole show. So obviously like college sports, like you always have cameras or crowds around you. You just kind of forget about it. You get into the game, you forget about it, all the cameras. That was like the one on Love Island of I was super nervous because I knew I was the very first guy walking out. I did know that. And so I had
not even imagine.
I was walking down, I had Sarah Hyland just staring right at me. And then I had 5 beautiful girls that are just like waiting to see who's coming down the island. And I was the very first one out and I got a lot of looks. And no, that was the one time I was nervous. But to represent Minnesota is obviously super cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And also just being judged right away on your looks and like women stepping, like, because what happens is when these guys walk on the show, they say, ladies, if you fancy him, you can step out,
grab him for a chat.
And it's just so hard because you obviously start to get to know people and learn connections and genuine connections and with their personalities, but it's like right away is based on looks. So did you feel at any point like there was just a lot of focus on your body and your looks and you were like kind of nervous about that? Like for me, I just feel like that'd be so
a lot of pressure for me.
I feel like pressure.
No, it definitely was a lot of pressure. And the funny thing is a lot of people who didn't step forward because they asked questions and then they step forward. A lot of the reasons why some people didn't step forward is because of my accent. So a lot of people didn't see it. I don't think they aired it.
True.
One of the first things I said on there, I walked up, I looked at all 5 of them and I gave the most Minnesotan golly, like,
wait, what? You said golly?
I was so nervous. I was so nervous. And so that's why a lot of
golly, people. Are you kidding me? Are you shitting me? I love the Canadian people that are listening right now too. They're probably like, oh my God. Oh, sorry. So
that was a lot of the feedback is like, he's got a really strong accent. Like I don't know how I feel about it. It was nothing with looks wise. Obviously I was the first guy out. So some people might be timid and shout out to my girl Serenity. I was with her last night too. Step forward and
she's adorable.
I fucking love her. But yeah, a lot of it was off of my initial accent, which is hilarious.
I love how he's like, it wasn't on my list.
I know, I love that.
All damn girls would have been stepping out.
Wait, can we talk about this for a second?
Ahead.
Because you had put out, what is it, like an intro video? Like everyone puts one out.
Yep.
And then you do 2 truths and a lie. And you said, said ope. Wait, no.
I don't even know I haven't even seen my intro yet, so I have no idea.
Or something like that, and I was like, first of all, that's a lie because you are having a Minnesota accent, but
there's no 2 truths and a lie.
Yeah, it's a video on Love Island.
It's intro video, yeah.
An intro video, yeah. But I was gonna say, I remember you said, what did you say? You were like, I'm a heartbreaker or something like that, and I was just like, which one is the 2 truths and a lie? Which one's the lie? Do you remember?
No, Sid, they're not lies.
Yes.
No.
It said 2 truths and a lie.
Mm-mm.
Yes, it did. I swear.
I have not seen the intro, so I have no idea.
I just watched it.
He was saying that he was a heartbreaker, and he was saying that he was a Minnesotan boy who says ope a lot.
There's no one more. I wonder what it is. It's gonna bug me now.
I don't think so. I don't think I
thought
made
you
up
had
any
a
lies.
lie. No, because I know you
You're
say like 2
right
truths and a
now.
lie.
Yes,
no, I'm
you're
not
lying.
Full of lies.
I ain't lying, dog. Do you think you're a heartbreaker?
My past definitely shows that I'm a heartbreaker.
Really?
I mean, I've been in long-term relationships in the past, I'd say, and I definitely was the one who cut them off.
Really?
And so I would say I'm probably more the heartbreaker.
Yeah.
What was your longest relationship with, like, in the past?
3.5 years. It was from my beginning years, sophomore year of high school to freshman year of college.
Yep.
And just kind of grew apart once I went to college and just kind of needed to move on past that. Kind of a little toxic. So I needed to move on and better myself. So 3.5 years, though.
That's a long time. That's a really long time. I've had those long ones burn for a little while after the fact.
Did you go on Love Island in hopes to find love?
Yeah, I mean.
And did you?
Love's a strong word, I will say, but I definitely did find a really good connection that I'm excited about outside of the show. I went on hoping I would find somebody. I mean, I wasn't going to put pressure on me. Hey, if I leave with a girl, great. If I don't, I'm okay too. So I wasn't going to put pressure on myself, but I did find a really good connection within the villa, which I'm excited about.
With who? Tell us more.
Well, we saw that somebody left the villa yesterday on the aired episode. A certain someone named Mady.
Yeah, so Miss Mady.
Update our listeners if they didn't watch last night's episode too.
Yeah.
I haven't even watched yet either, but from my Instagram, I've been noticing that she was vulnerable last night and chose to leave on her own to potentially partner back up with myself. Which is super, super sweet of her. And I'm excited to finally, I haven't got a call her yet. So I'm excited to sit down and chat with her. Maybe.
Where's she from?
My God.
She's from Oklahoma City.
Oh, I love it.
So she's a Southern girl.
Southern Belle.
I love it. She's got an adorable accent.
Cute.
I cannot say a single bad thing about her.
Really?
The ultimate sweetheart. So I'm excited to chat with her. Hopefully get her up to Minnesota sometime. Maybe I'll go down to Oklahoma. We'll see. We'll definitely go meet up in LA once the show's done. The whole crew is going to meet up back in LA.
Love
so
it.
I'll definitely see her
awesome.
there. But I would love to see her just one-on-one outside of that too. So
Yeah. Oh
I
my
wonder
God.
if it would feel different, without cameras
Oh,
and
I'm
like without
sure.
everything.
it
Yeah.
already did. Like what last night was Serenity. Like just the conversations just feel so much different.
Yeah.
In a good or a bad way? Like more
Good way.
genuine or like what do you feel?
You just don't feel pressure to like normally there you have to talk about certain things. So you just kind of get to be more yourself, I feel
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
And so you get to show a little bit more of your true character and truly who you are.
And you're not nervous of like saying something wrong and
Right.
being canceled. Like
Yeah.
Sid and I can relate to this too, because it's like every time you open your mouth, there's a potential for someone to be like, oh, I don't like that he said that. Or,
You can't say everything 100% right.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap. Like, people expect you to. Like, if the minute we slip up on something even so minute, it's like somebody's got something to say. And that's just how it is.
And
but
just like us three, like before this podcast, we're all just like having fun talking, no worries. And then mics turn on and we're like, all right, here we go.
here we go. We're on mic. We're on air. I'm shaking.
So, yeah, we feel you.
And that's really what it is too in there. Cause once you strap up your mic, you're mic'd up 24/7. Like there's no time other than within the shower or if you go in the pool.
What about if you poop?
They hear that
They're
kerplunk, honey
listening.
bunches.
Oh, they're listening.
Oh, my word.
That is the one area where they don't have cameras, thankfully.
Here on out, Sid's sharting on mic.
Oh, shut up. Are you kidding me? Says the girl down there tooting around before the episode started. Yeah, exposed.
I did
exposed.
toot. I tooted.
Yeah, there's no shame. I'm
God.
farting over here too. So
Yeah, I know.
we're all
I
in this
literally
together.
heard it. Okay, so on
Wait.
the show, what?
Do you know what the one cheek sneak is?
You know what
You
that is?
just like lift up a little when you're sitting down and you lift a cheek or what?
Yeah, to make it silent. So so when you're
Normally
with
deadly though.
So
Yeah,
so if you're
probably.
with Mady next and you have to toot and you don't want to hear that you toot,
He's the one cheek
you
sneak.
just like lean over. You have to spread your cheek apart.
Make sure the
So
lean
it-
isn't too obvious because if you're like over like this,
But see,
like
the
that's
lean
obvious.
the lean doesn't work. You actually have to grab your other hand and spread.
That's even more obvious. That's even more
Oh,
obvious.
this advice is great. I love it.
Yeah, I know. Andy's like, oh my
Oh,
God,
I've
help me.
missed you
Okay,
guys.
we bugged Andy and Alter all the time. I'd literally come over and whack him.
That was more like our combos versus.
Yeah.
All right, Andy. So
right,
tell
Angie.
us your next
No,
question.
You got deemed a mama's boy on Love Island. Like, did that bug you? Because we know your relationship with your mom, as far as we know, like you work in business with her. You were living with her because also it was post-COVID and XYZ.
Post-college.
Post-college / post-COVID.
Right.
But like, did that bug you?
The thing is, I didn't know I was pegged as mama's boy until somebody reached out to me a couple days afterwards of saying like, hey, they kind of portrayed you as this on day one of the show. And I remember the conversation with Courtney of like, she brought it up of like, are you a mama's boy? And I just gave a quick little like, I mean, yeah, like I love my mom. Like I'm family oriented. Like I care a lot about her. So like, yeah, I am. And I didn't think twice about it. Like it was just a quick little comment and they definitely carried away with
Carried
like, he's
it.
a
Well,
mama's boy.
However, they cut to like what she was talking about. They were like, she was like, it looked like she was rubbed the wrong way because of
Right.
it. And then everyone was like, wait, and we know you. So we're like, what?
Well, I think it's interesting because we just chatted about this and how I would rather a guy deem himself as a mama's boy versus like, oh yeah, I don't talk to my mom. Like haven't,
that's
weird.
weird.
It's like, so, and I think in a certain context, like I thought a mama's boy just meant like, you love your mom. Like are you a daddy's girl or a mama's boy? Like, oh, like me and my mom have a close relationship. I'm a mama's boy. But I didn't see it in a bad light until Love Island.
Yeah. And that's
Which
what I
is why
I've heard
I was
it the other
like-
way though. I've
That's
heard it
what
the
I
other
had
way.
never did really.
I
That's
did,
what
so
I
then
thought
when
it
I
was.
heard it,
I
I was
thought it was
like,
gonna be
oh.
like, are you a mama's boy or like dad's? Like So I was like, yeah, I'm a mama's boy, and I didn't think twice about it. And it's not like me saying like, oh, I'm dependent on them. I run a very successful business. Like I am very comfortable with who I am, and
Yeah.
I don't rely on my parents. But yes, I am very family oriented, and like
Yeah.
I love my mom, and her and I are in business together. So I mean, yeah, I spend a lot of time with her.
Yep.
I still do live there. I am buying my house right now, so
Hey.
I am getting
exciting,
out.
though.
Okay, let's make that note.
What's your
Mady,
mom?
did you hear that?
What's your mom think of you going on the show? Was she excited?
She was way too excited.
Wait, really?
She was thrilled.
Okay, why did I think
They've
she was
watched
going
all
to be the
this-
other way? I don't know why I thought it was going to be the other way. Only for your mom, nobody else. I thought maybe she was going to be like.
They've watched like every season of Love Island USA, UK, Australia. They love Love Island. So once I got that call, they're like, you got to do this. I was the one that was very hesitant about it.
Really?
I was going back and forth for weeks of like, should I go out there? Is this good for like image wise and all that? And like, once they were finally like, hey, we're going to probably see you as a day one member, I was like, I can't pass up this opportunity. So
yeah. What did you see? What did you think it was going to bring you? Like, what do you expect from this like opportunity? Like growing your audience? Like, what are all the things?
Yeah. I mean, first off, finding somebody. That's the reason why you go out there. And I just think I like to be first off in front of cameras. I think I have something to say and I have good things I can spread in the world. And this gave me an opportunity now where I feel like I can share some of my thoughts and what I'm passionate about.
Instead of using your Instagram stories, you're like, I'll go in front of a mic.
Exactly. And so now I got a bigger
fair.
audience now where I can share some of my thoughts and what I'm passionate about. So I'm super excited about that. So find love and just be able to share what I'm passionate about to a larger audience is super cool.
I love
What was it like getting your phone back? Because you were literally like, no phone, you're in a whole different world. And it's
So
like
weird.
You go back to reality and your life is kind of changed like immediately. I bet your phone was blowing up. Like you had more Instagram followers. What was that feeling right when you got your phone back?
Intimidating. I mean, it definitely was. I still haven't gone through all my DMs.
Yeah.
Text messages, I'm slowly getting there. My first calls were right with all my family. Like I called them right away. That was priority number one. And I slowly started to get to everyone else. But it was overwhelming. Obviously, social medias are starting to slowly gain even more and more. And, my phone number is very out there in the public. I'm a realtor, so my phone number is
true.
everywhere.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Oh, my God. I've
And
never
so
thought about You might need to get a work phone.
Wait, what were the weird encounters that you've had since this is all coming out?
I would say the weirdest one was a DM. And it was some girl that reached out just saying, like, she's shooting her shot, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And was saying, hey, like, I was going to be on your season of Love Island. And I backed out last second. And Sydney replaced me. And so I was like, I don't know if she's just making this up or what. But I was a little fishy. I don't know. That was a weird one.
I don't know.
Another good DM I got was from last night. And it was from Mady, who left the show. So I finally heard from her.
That makes me happy.
And so we've been chatting it up a little bit.
What'd she say?
Let me pull up
He's
the phone.
grabbing it.
Yes.
Let's pull out the DM.
This is the details.
I get excited. I feel like I'm like a part of it.
And so I don't know if they aired this at all, but I kind of had a new nickname because we are all sharing our last names. And so they portrayed me as Andy Smith. They gave me Smith as my last name. Yep. So she goes, Andy Smith, it's me. I'm not sure if you've seen tonight's episode, but I voluntarily chose to leave the villa. Obviously, a lot has happened, and I hope to hear your voice soon and to catch up. Give me a call whenever you have a chance. And then left her phone number.
Oh, that's really cute.
Look at I got goosebumps.
Oh, that makes me happy. Are you excited? You look happy.
I haven't got a chance to call her yet. So her and I have been.
Should we call her right now? Just kidding.
Call her on the.
Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that
I
be
know.
fun?
He goes, wouldn't that be fun?
No, I mean that's probably on my agenda tonight. I know she's flying right now to Oklahoma, but so it might be tomorrow. We'll see, but. It's been kind of like a waiting game right now of like, I'm super excited. She's been busy. I've been busy and we just haven't got around to it yet. But it's definitely one of our top priorities right now to kind of get everything squared away and figured out where we want to go right now.
You were, how long ago was it that you were voted off? Like a week or two?
My last day was August 1st at 3:30 a.m.
3:30 a.m. So what happens when you get voted off? What goes down?
Yeah, you get voted off, you leave the villa, and you go back to the suites that you're staying at the first 3 weeks before you started the show.
You were there for 3 weeks before the show.
Yep. So
holy crap.
You have a little quarantine period beforehand.
Oh.
Did you go bananas? I would have been like, hello, is anyone out there? Can I talk to someone?
Did you have your phone?
I did have my phone.
Okay, that's good.
I did have my phone. But yeah, I was starting to go a little nuts in there, but everybody was super nice and welcoming, and yeah, I mean, you go back to the suites 3 days, and now I'm back in Minnesota.
But those 3 days, you don't have your phone, obviously.
No. You got to wait till your episode airs.
Yeah, so
that
you're
would
just
make
waiting in agony. Also, what was the first, the feeling that you had when you got voted off? Because it almost feels like this is just like me watching the show is like, well, America didn't want me to like go forward or whatever. Like my matches didn't work. Like you almost feel like bummed because you're getting voted off. Like that's like inevitable, right? But what did you feel like?
And to be honest, when that night came, I was completely shocked that I was in the bottom 2. I felt Mady and I were really starting to hit our stride of like where we're going as a couple and really just like starting to bond. So I was shocked to hear that we were in the bottom 2. But when I found out it was me versus Timmy, I knew I was going to be probably in the bottom there just because Zeta is the queen of the villa. I'm not going to lie. And,
she is.
and Timmy and Zeta were starting to form that connection
Yeah.
again. I know people are going to want to give that a chance. And so I knew I was probably going to be the one to go, but I was more just shocked to hear that I was actually in the bottom 2 with other potential couples out there that I felt were not as strong as Mady and I.
Yeah.
So speaking of the villa and like the feelings that come up, how did you feel? Because I saw your face in this episode and it made my heart sink, but the kissing challenge, we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it.
I know. Don't hang your head.
We got to talk about it,
Go
Andy.
ahead.
Because
Ask away.
So
Ask away.
they did a kissing challenge. If you didn't watch, they did a kissing challenge, and I was like, "Gosh, I hope they're all tested for COVID." Which it sounds like.
Wait, what did you call yourself?
It's not what I called myself.
Oh, sorry. Wait.
Dagger tongue.
Like,
Dagger. Oh, I thought it was torpedo.
torpedo tongue.
Ask away.
Oh my God, I'm dead.
So obviously, you weren't one of the top kissers.
Right.
Were you sad about that? And did Mady like be like, okay, this is how we do it now? Or what was it? What happened after? Because you never got like a follow up. You never got to redeem yourself.
So fair.
Well, I did with Mady. I got to redeem myself.
Okay,
I will
fuck
say
yeah.
that. So that's all that really matters.
Hell yeah.
But no, obviously it's a little ego. It hurts the ego a little bit hearing you're not a very good kisser. And
it humbles you a little.
you know what? It humbles you a little bit.
It.
You know what? We're going to practice. We're getting there. All right. I came in, all the girls beforehand were saying like, I want a guy that's aggressive. And so I came in a little aggressive.
Oh, he was like, I'm just
No
going to
wonder.
shove.
I just went for it. And
I
then
was sticking
clearly
my torpedo right in your mouth.
Dagger
That's
tongue.
kind of scary sounding. Sorry. Sorry for everyone's ears. Ooh, scary. Okay, that's
But
funny.
yeah,
though.
it came in hot and clearly wasn't a fan favorite.
Whatever.
That's all right.
On to the next.
Mady and I have worked on it since.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, we do have a past episode about kissing, and we talk about the rhythm with it all, and if you need any tips,
yeah, please.
Taking top, then taking bottom, like
Yeah.
switching it up, like, you know, all
just
the
go
things.
listen to the
please,
eppies.
please
We
share
got
that with
you.
me afterwards. I'm going to need it.
So-
Yeah, we got you.
Oh my God, I like that you can make fun of yourself. That's actually so refreshing.
have
The
because
thing is, you
some
have to
people
embrace
are so
it.
bitter.
You have to embrace it. If you go on these
I
kind of
know.
shows, you're going to have some embarrassing things come up. You got to embrace it, or you're going to look like
Hashtag-
that much more of a fool.
So fair.
Hashtag Mama's boy. Hashtag
Dagger tongue.
Dagger tongue. Oh my God. Okay, wait. Speaking of dagger tongue, though, what is the cringiest thing that you either saw yourself or did on the show
besides dagger tongue,
besides dagger tongue?
which wasn't that
The
cringy.
cringiest thing.
Just for you, because you're
I
watching
mean, the
yourself on
cringiest
TV.
thing that I felt like myself is pretty much all the challenges. The first 2 challenges, we were in straight Speedos.
Yeah.
With like knee-high boots, like we were exposing ourselves, and then like obviously some of the information that came out within these challenges too are a little much, and to be in just Speedos, hearing that I've slept with 4 girls with 4 girls in 5 nights after one of my breakups and things like that, it's obviously not great
Wait,
to hear.
you heard this or like someone
That
just made
was-
it up?
That was one of like the
Part of the
truths
challenge.
about me. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that part. Oh,
Bad
my
boy.
And to have it in a
word.
Speedo too is just like a double whammy.
Yeah, you're as you're exposed, you're like, yeah, that was me. Sorry, I love you. Sorry,
me. That's me.
sorry, bud.
We gotta pull up a picture of Andy to
I
speed
know.
out during that one.
Do you have beef with anybody on the show or not at all?
No, I mean,
No?
I think a lot of people think that Isaiah and I might have some beef.
That was my question.
Yeah. And one thing they did not air is I actually pulled him for a conversation after we had our little bro down conversation a day afterwards and kind of cleared the air with him, just like pulled him aside, said, hey, like, I'm not going to pursue anything with Sydney right now. And I'm just going to focus on Mady. So when the recoupling happens, just want you to know that everything is going to go back to normal, and just kind of want to apologize to him and cleared the air. So
Okay.
it was good to see him actually. When I did get eliminated, he was the very first one to me. Him and I, obviously, when he walked out, he had his hair slicked back. And so I thought it was me 2.0 with tattoos and earrings. I thought it was literally me. I'm like, is this my brother from South Dakota? Like,
That's actually funny.
but
The
no,
tatted version.
no beef within the villa. It's just everyone was super nice in there, and I have,
That's refreshing.
yeah, super fun.
So how are you going to manage, like, I guess what's next for you, really? Like, what do you plan to do with what has gone on? Like now you have more of a social following.
Yep.
What's next?
Sure, things are coming.
I would love to get back on TV. I'm not going to lie.
You liked it.
I loved it.
Okay.
Whether it is going to be more a competitive Amazing Race, the challenge kind of show, otherwise an HGTV where I can tie my business into it.
Love.
Obviously, I'm craving getting back into somewhat of a routine right now, trying to get back into life. I'm still getting my sleep schedule figured out, so I want to just get back into some sort
You've
of
only
workout
been back
routine.
like a week too, so give yourself a break too.
And so I just want to get back into somewhat of a routine, getting back into business, and then eventually hopping back in front of a camera again here within hopefully the next year.
Love that.
Would you do Love Island again? And if so, what would you do differently?
No, I would not do it again.
You would not do it again?
One time is more than enough for me.
Okay, what if you had the option now to have gone on or not have gone on?
Nope, I would have gone on 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, you would have gone on. Okay. I thought you were saying like, no,
I would
wouldn't
not do it a second time.
I see what you're
Got
saying.
it.
I do not regret anything this summer. It was an experience. If I would have regretted it so much if I didn't do it. So.
Would you have done anything differently?
No. I honestly don't think I would have. I carried myself how I always carry myself on and off camera, and I followed my heart, and that's really all you can do. So I left that August 1st feeling with no regrets. So
I feel like you were you on the show, like truly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't want a camera to change me or who I am. I just tried to be Andy from Minnesota.
Andy from Minnesota.
And if you like it, great. If not, not everyone likes me. That's okay. So
to have lovers, you gotta have haters.
Exactly.
Oh my God, yeah.
We always
Amen.
say that.
So you're taken right now, basically. The ladies are probably wondering who are listening right now.
Are you single? How about that?
conversations need to be had. We'll just say that.
Okay.
I don't exactly know. This conversations need to be had.
She's spicy. Everything's spicing up over here at the Straight Candid Studio.
You know what I just realized? Do you have a Straight Candid listener moment?
Oopsie poopsie. But wait, did you have a Straight Candid moment? Did you prep yours?
I did, and I already shared it. Sadly,
oh my God.
my straight Candid moment was going to be the very first moment I walked into the villa, and I gave the big ol' came in all confident. I'm like, oh, I'm going to kill this. And then I come in with this big Minnesota golly.
I can't believe you said golly. Like,
everybody,
all things.
Everybody was laughing. I'm like, oh. I just,
you go, sorry, everybody.
Killed my chances here, but.
No, you didn't kill your chances. That's for sure. I did have a Straight Candid moment, but I'm like, it's on my computer and it's like minuscule font. So I'm almost like, I don't even know if I can read it because it's so small. I got to like zoom in on these.
There's not a chance you're reading that.
Well, wait until I blow it up for a second, will ya? Jeesh. Let my little eyeballs get a chance over here. Did you miss us while you were gone?
I truly did.
I
missed Minnesota and you guys, and just yes, I missed Minnesota. I'm not gonna lie. I was getting a little homesick. Not that I was ready to be back in Minnesota, but I also knew that Love Island is a once in a lifetime opportunity, so you gotta embrace that too. So
how do you plan to stay humble?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I feel like even on the show I stayed humble, and knowing that I'm not gonna change who I am. I was Andy before the show, Andy on the show, and I'm still going to be Andy no matter if I have 100 followers or 100,000 followers. Nothing changes. Whoever's in my life, it doesn't matter. I'm still me. And
your mom will keep you in check too.
She will.
Trust me, Jamie will be keeping me in check.
Jamie, I love that you call her Jamie. Like mom.
Jamie.
I can't call her mom anymore. It's
I know
over.
you can't.
It's
I know.
Jamie.
Okay, I have a Straight Candid advice moment that I have to actually
we can
read.
all pitch it.
And it's helpful because you're a guy. So we can all get the guy aspect for this, okay? So this person says, I've been with my boyfriend for almost a year. He's not an emotional guy, doesn't compliment me, doesn't really know how to be a boyfriend most of the time. Love is blind, right? We had some talks about how I've been feeling and his behavior. He still doesn't get it. I believe the root of the problem is that he wasn't taught or shown this type of love growing up. Things have changed feeling wise. I feel very sad, anxious, and sometimes a bit in my stomach when I'm with him. Also, our sex life isn't great. I love him, but I can't ignore my feelings. Do I try to see if he will change or do I just end it? Ooh. What do you think?
I come from a guy's perspective of if we wanted to, we would.
We talked about this.
Wait, did you listen to our last episode?
I didn't, but I'm
episode.
The fact of if he was that into you, he would show it. He would let you know romantically, emotionally. He would not let you have second thoughts.
How long have they been dating?
A year, it says.
Okay, what if he just gets complacent?
Which I've had again.
You know what I mean? Like right away. But what if he's just like, I got her?
That's red flags right there. You, at the end of the day, if you're dating just to date, seeing if there's like a deadline, okay, I get it. But I don't date just to date. Like it's for marriage, and if it's already having red flags and you're seeing these kind of warnings this early on, like it is something to keep your eye out for.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Sid?
I agree. It doesn't sound like a good vibe, and the fact that you don't feel comfortable enough to talk to him about it even more, and like the fact that how you feel has not improved, that's not a good sign for me, especially since what this is giving me is the vibe that you're less than. And in a relationship, the minute you feel less than, you feel inferior, and things just start to go downhill because you are not inferior. You're at the same level. You need to be a team. And this doesn't sound like a team. So I'm moving away from it.
The sex is bad too. So
yeah,
that's
which
also,
I'm like, you gotta find some good in it,
that's
right?
what I'm saying.
You know, like.
Okay, so I agree with both of you, but I
like the but.
I want to go back to like Renee when Renee came on the episode.
I know.
And it's not about how they're like the issues that are arising, but it's how you solve the issues together. So like if she hasn't communicated this to him, that's obviously her first step. And if he completely brushes it off, absolutely, that's the end of it. If he's like, oh, I want to work on this for you, like maybe I should start going to therapy every now and then so I can kind of dive into my emotions, go for it. The sex life, have you communicated with him about that yet? And how can you solve it?
I'm just seeing he doesn't get it, which is like not a good sign.
Which sounds,
like, oh, I don't really care. You know what I mean? That's what it sounds like to me.
Which sounds like she probably already did bring it up to him and he's not reacting well. So
yeah. Ooh, love you, girly. But
baby.
That doesn't give me good vibes. You're much better than that. And you can find much better. Just enjoy you time, honey. Honey bunches of, it's why I keep saying honey, hunty. Andy, we loved having you. This was really, really fun. What are you looking at?
That's a long, it's been a pleasure.
These long texts.
No, it's been an absolute pleasure being
we
here.
read
You guys
novels
are a blast.
daily,
I
by the
was
way.
going to say.
My friend's like, why didn't you finish your book? I'm like, because these messages come in. I read books daily, dog. I'm reading every day.
People are sending in novels for their Stray Cannon moments.
We need to do a form stack. That's that. We need to. Okay, don't let me forget anyone. Okay.
I've been listening to you guys too for a while, so I'm like, when do I get to finally make an appearance? And it feels good.
It was actually
coming home.
It was actually hilarious because we were like, oh, we should get a guest on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, maybe we'll. And I was like, you were still our homie. You're like, oh yeah, I got you guys. Landing in New York today, and it's like, I'll fly on over. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate
I actually loved like seeing you here because you're the same Andy. So that like makes me feel good because not gonna lie, whenever a friend goes on reality TV, and usually I like have met them after the fact, I get worried that they're gonna change like for the worse. Usually because reality TV,
your style's better though.
And maybe that is why also I didn't. I mean, really.
He just ignored it. Damn, Daniel, and those
Your
white
style
First off, I had something to say, so I'm like,
that's okay.
I know,
Finish it. Finish
you.
your thought,
Thank
and then
you.
we'll go back to your
I
style.
appreciate you.
Acknowledged.
We'll go back to your style.
I gotta remember what I was saying.
Yeah,
now.
I'm so sorry.
I gotta remember.
You're the same Andy. Besides your
yeah.
Well, I feel like maybe that's why I also didn't make it the whole show, because I feel like to be able to make it the whole show, you kind of do have to be a little bit. You know,
like want to create attention for yourself.
Yeah, a little
kind of
bit,
and not in a bad way. I'm not
follow the story.
Yeah, exactly. And
like
I'm not quite like that. So, but thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for my clothes comment.
If you don't know what he's wearing like these holy jeans. He's got a little muscle tank on with a chain.
Yeah.
And he walks up to Sid's house with his sunglasses on. It was like a slow-mo
These
walk.
like blue sunglasses. He's like, hey.
Can you show
I'm like,
everyone your water bottle?
Oh, you brought
Do
the
it.
thing.
We brought the famous Love Island. The famous Love Island water bottle.
Can I hold
Love
it?
to see it.
It's peeling a little bit, but
let me take a sip out of it. No, you know me.
Wow.
Wait, do you have any questions for us, by the way? Not that you do, but like since you listen and / know us.
You
probably
don't.
don't.
I guess from you guys on your perspective.
Spilling.
Can we go for a chat?
I'm just curious. Can we go for a chat?
Spilling on me. I'm like, what?
I just drank out of my mic.
And here's a question for us.
I guess I would just love to hear from your perspective of you've seen at least some of the show. What did it look like on your side of things? Because I still
for
haven't
you mean?
Yeah, just
You
in
didn't get
general.
enough airtime.
You haven't watched?
I haven't watched it at all.
So
you didn't get enough airtime, and I was mad.
Sophie's basically caught up. I watched the first 3, and I need to catch up again because I don't know what happened on my Hulu, whatever. But I think you weren't on camera like quite enough.
Yeah.
And I also, sometimes it felt like when you were coming into conversations with people, it was almost like you didn't get an opportunity to like speak to who you were before like judgment was already casted, if that makes sense. The way it was cut. I feel like it was already like being cut to be like, oh, you're a mama's boy. Oh, he's timid. Oh, he's from Minnesota and he has this thick accent, which by the way, you still do. Kept that accent. We love to see that.
To me,
keep our people together.
To me, it's so interesting how they pick. They're like, ooh, I like the way this girl kind of like, I like her personality, the way she portrays herself, and then they get a lot of airtime. And like, it's interesting to see who they pick to be the stars of the show. And when you're kind of watching it as a viewer, I never really have noticed that before, that some people get more airtime, some people get less airtime. But then when I'm watching you, because I know you, I'm waiting for you to show up on the TV, you know, and I'm like, where's Andy?
Yeah,
Where'd he go?
That's true. That's
like, this is bull.
That's
but then when you come on, I'd be like, me and Pat would like shut up and we'd just watch it and we'd be like, oh, there he is.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Okay, can I ask one more question actually
go
about
ahead.
this? When you're on you're on camera all the time. Literally all the time. Were you nervous about how you looked like constantly or like angles?
Me and Sid were talking about like
we're like
we'd
sitting on
be
the couch
in the whole
and then we'd be like, oh, hello, I'm just having my one chip for the day. I'm so full. You know what I mean?
Literally,
like you're like
you come accustomed to it. The only time I would be like, what do I look like is right out of the bed. Like my hair, what am I looking like? Am I looking crusty? Like that was probably the only time. Other than that, like yeah, everyone's gonna be bloated after you eat lunch. And normally that's when we had like our big challenges too of like we'd have this big meal and then it's like, all right, we got some big TV scene we got to do. It's like everyone's like, great.
Yeah, like nice. Thanks for that.
So no, I didn't try and worry about it too much.
That's good.
I also did lose like 15 pounds throughout this whole process.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Because you just weren't eating as much?
I don't know. I didn't get enough in. Workouts changed. Like I lost 15 pounds.
Holy crap. Did you work out while you were there?
A little bit. I mean, not to what I'm accustomed to, but like I try to get what I could in.
Yeah. What were you eating, by the way? I don't know what people eat there.
Yeah, they would bring in food. They'd cater in food.
Okay, so mostly catered. Okay,
cool. They got a lot of snacks. You guys are always eating snacks.
Oh, we got tons of snacks. Tons of snacks. You tell the producers what you want, and they'll go get it for you.
Oh, really?
Wait, I remember this one scene because I remember your diet when we were all friends. Like, you
my God, yeah,
you had
you
a
were
pretty
strict.
You had a strict diet. Like, you just would eat the same thing every day. And there was one scene where you're eating goldfish, and I was like, Andy's eating goldfish?
Well, the thing is, so Jesse.
I can explain.
let me. So we have Jesse on the show, right? Who's just this huge, muscular, just Greek god of a guy.
He's a good-looking man.
All he eats is Oreos.
What?
That's all he eats is Oreos. His diet is so insane, and so that's why I'm like, all right, maybe I should loosen up a little bit. Maybe I can start to.
Yes,
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Look at you getting flexible.
So I'm working on that. I was very strict beforehand, and I'm loosening up a little bit.
Great job.
After he saw me scarfing my face with like an ice cream cup, like right as he walked in, I'm like, hey Andy, like you're like, okay.
I'm actually working on it too right now. So
it's hard.
We're all doing
it's hard, but it needs to happen. And like, so I ate a big ass croissant this morning.
Did you?
And a big ass
in New York.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, so tasty. The food there.
Yeah. So I went to town at this Dominique Ansel Bakery. Highly recommend.
Okay.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's tasty as hell.
But yeah, so we're working on the diet right now. And Jesse was a big reason because I kid you not, minimum 20 Oreos a day. And then at least 3 grams of sugar in each one of his coffee cups. Like his diet was just insane.
3, you mean like tablespoons or teaspoons or something?
Tablespoons. He just kept going and going, and then whipped cream and then creamer. I'm like, holy.
I'm surprised he can sustain all that sugar. That's crazy.
Absolutely
That's
ripped.
a lot of sugar.
Yeah, he is ripped.
Whoa.
I'm like, how do I look like that?
Damn.
Just eat Oreos?
I'm going to go buy some Oreos.
You know, at the end of the day, he's probably like, you know what? No stress, man.
Balance.
And then he eventually switched to Oreos with peanut butter on it.
Yum, no, had that. Very good. Very good.
Little fat, little protein in there.
It was really good. I'm not going to lie, but.
Okay, well, so you're in Minnesota now. Are you going to leave Minnesota or are you going to stay here for a while? What are you thinking?
I'm going to stay here for a hot minute.
Get out of here. Okay.
I'm going to stay here.
Where are you moving? Do you know?
Moving?
Well,
moving?
You're getting a house.
You probably shouldn't say exactly where.
Oh, I'm figuring that I would love to buy somewhere in the Southwest, Minneapolis, Edina, that area.
Okay.
That's my goal right now. But to say that I'm going to be in Minnesota my whole life probably is a lie.
Yeah.
I do love it out in California. That's my first time out there. I loved it. But I do love Cali. So
I love Cali.
I would love to maybe venture the West Coast someday.
Well, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I feel like you're you, and it makes me happy, and I'm excited for your new house, and I hope you have a housewarming party that we can come to.
You're invited.
And I need to be updated about Mady and all the things, and I'm just happy that you're back, and I'm happy you had fun. Yeah. I'm happy that you'd just had a good experience.
I'm happy you had a good experience because I know it could be mentally draining, and we are here for you if you ever need a chat.
And the first amount of hate is not fun hate. Right. It's hard to get out of your head a little bit. I'm not going to lie. but we get
embrace.
it. So
embrace it.
I appreciate you guys. Yeah, this was an unforgettable summer. I'm not going to lie to you, and
Yeah.
I have no regrets. So everything panned out how it's supposed to, and excited to kind of move forward from here now.
you got no regrets tattooed on your chest.
I'm
with
going to
an
get
A.
it next. Yep,
Okay,
I got
good.
the perfect shirt
I
for
know.
it
I was going to say
too,
he's got
so-
a wife beater tank on. Everybody at Straight Candid Podcast is our podcast handle across all platforms. At Candace Sid.
At Candid Soph.
At Andy from Love Island.
Yeah. No, wait.
Where can people
Instagram?
find you?
At Andy Voyen.
There
Okay,
it is.
there it is.
How do you spell your last name?
V as in Victor, Oyen.
All right. Follow him.
Give me a follow.
And we have our producer, as always.
At Ben Starbacher.
Yeah, that's my boy. Everybody, if you were writing in your little, what do they call the reviews or whatever? What are you saying over there? What are you jumping on?
Let's go to bed.
Oh, what? What the fuck? If you're writing those reviews up there, please keep doing them, but also keep writing in your Straight Candid moments. We love you. I'll make a freaking form stack for you. So hopefully by the time
I
you see
already
this,
did. It's on Google Docs.
oh, it's wait. What?
Remember?
Is it in our link in our bio?
Yes.
Oh.
Come on.
Find the link in our bio of our form stack to submit Straight Candid moments, will ya? Dang it. We love you so much.
Bye, y'all.
See you next week. Bye.
Nice job. Awesome work.
You did a good job.
Oh, that was good.
Good job. You need a shot.
No, I don't. I don't.
Let's all take